with your wrist right under your shoulders and your hips over your knees. Make sure you're not too close here. Like that's generally how most people set up a little bit. It's more, let it really be a parallel thigh to arm situation. And then we're just going to go ahead and push the earth away. Push down with your hands and see if you can feel your ribs and shoulder blades lift and widen a little bit. And then we're going to let the shoulder blades soften just a little bit together. Toes are tucked under. You can send your sits bones a little bit up to the ceiling and lift your kidneys. And then you're going to push the earth away again. Breathing wide into the ribs. It's actually a push and pull class by request. So but since we don't have equipment here, we're gonna pretend. And I think it works. Let the shoulders come together. And then you're gonna go push the earth away. Next time you bring your shoulders back together, imagine you're pulling your shoulder blades together. So the heart can drop and soften a little bit. Make sure your head is not completely dropping off or you're looking too far forward. You're going to look straight between your thumbs and you're going to push again. So this is a lot of serratus work. This is the muscle that is coming underneath your armpit from your shoulder blade onto the front of the rib cage to widen the blades on any kind of plank, really. Any weight bearing, you want this, right? Because otherwise you're stuck in this schlumpy shoulder position, which is not sustainable for the wrists or for your neck as well. So one more time, you're going to push. And then you're going to stay there and you're going to walk your right hand in the middle, right underneath your face. Grab on with your fingers and then see if you can with your left hand, just hold on to your right shoulder blade. And if not, it's not a big deal. It's good if you can. And then we're going to let that shrug, that slump happen again. And then you're going to use your left hand to gently pull your right shoulder blade a little bit more under your armpit. You can rotate over to the left, looking to the left, and turn your ribs a little bit there. Keep your pelvis. Sits bones still reaching up. We're going to let the shoulder shrug. Can look over to the right. Keep the real big work in your hand. No hyperextension in your elbow. Bend the elbow a tiny bit. And then as you push the earth away, you're taking your right shoulder blade under your armpit and turn your head, look over your left shoulder. Breathing. We'll do one more like that. Shoulder blade softens and drops and it moves toward the midline of your rib cage in the back to your spine. And then one more push, rotate the shoulder under, and then release your left hand and just reach it out to the left. Don't lift it too far up, but you want to find this counter. I'm reaching with my left as I'm pushing with my right. And then let that release. Take a moment. It's a lot of work on that wrist, on that hand. You can always, if this is way too much, I don't recommend it necessarily. I want you to kind of stay with it if you can, not putting your hand on something because you're working your wrist in a completely different way. Okay, so let's do the other side. Left hand right underneath your nose. And you're going to take your right hand and hold on to the, if you can, to the medial border of your shoulder blade. As you slump it, the shoulder blade comes into the spine. And then we're pressing with the left hand down and take your right hand and move that shoulder blade a little bit, drag it a little bit under your armpit, and then turn your head and look over your right shoulder. Breathing here. Left sits bone can reach a little bit more back. We're not rotating in our lumbar spine. It's just thoracic. And then return, let the shoulder shrug and slump a little bit. And then big breath in, push with your left hand. Take the shoulder under your armpit, move it, rotating your head. And we'll do this one more time. Shoulder blade lumps in. I have no other technical term for this. My teacher Leslie would always call it a schlump. And then you're going to widen the shoulder blade and then take your right hand out to the side, reach the right fingertips away from your left hand, breathe here, depress the shoulder blade a little bit, so slide the shoulder more under the armpit on the left and release that. And then just